let me know if the screen is up and running properly. You should be able to see this on the screen on YouTube. That would be kind of nice. Why is this thing so dim? I don't know. All right. JWN. JWN. First thing Monday morning. Do I even have any JWN? I do. Oh, I don't have that much of it. All right. JWN. So JWN is the first thing on my list in the morning. Hey, Al, how you doing? I think they have 450 viewers. Yeah, that's not accurate. It dwindles down really quick because some people just up and leave. Because Aero, A-E-R-O. We'll put that down the list. A-E-R-O. It's on the list. Mr. Corey, way to go. Hey, Doc, how you doing? Hopefully, Doc, you've been practicing with the you buying and selling stuff. Okay, JWN on the list. Let's take a look. Into the chart, JWN. Hey, can somebody go over to YouTube? Hey, Mike Demand. KSS. Yeah, we're going to look at KSS in a little bit. Can somebody go to YouTube and make sure the chart, this chart here, is working? All that said, let's get going. JWN or Nordstrom's, other word Nordstrom's, 1867 a year ago today. Okay, the high of the year 23.55, and that was the end of July of last year. Okay, the high of the bottom of the year 12.86. We're sitting at 17.06 at the moment, but the bottom of the year is 12.86. That's not even close. Okay, nice run up from the bottom of the year, okay, which is the middle of November. I can see the chart on YouTube. Thanks, Al. Way to go. Yep, it's up. Thanks, Mike. Michael. There's a difference between it's Mike and Michael. I have to remember that. Mike and Michael. All right, so 90 days. The bottom, 1290. The top, 2190, right around there. Okay, let's take a look at the last 30. That's a nice run up if you think about it. Last 90 days, from 13 all the way up to 22, just about. The last 30 days would be back to the 10th. Okay, 30 days ago. 30 days ago, we opened up at 1907. Okay, the high, we had a double high on the 28th and the 29th, and that was 2191. Robert, how you doing? Okay, so we have the 2189 high on the 29th, actually the 28th and the 29th. From there, she just went down, and look at the size of this gap on the 5th to the 6th. Okay, she closes at 2090. Large meat. James, do you want to see? Okay, interesting. 3-5, which was, I believe, Tuesday. We closed at 2090 the very next day. She drops down to 1873. So that's what, $1.25, something like that. What dashboard or platform are you using? Hey, Robert, that is Thinkorswim. Now, Thinkorswim has so much crap on it. I found that in the past couple of days, actually last week, I've had to actually walk people through to get to look like that. Okay, large meat, not a problem. Just wondering. I'm going to answer no. Anyway, I do appreciate the offer. I'm not quite sure why you would think that, but alrighty. All right, so she drops all the way down. Nice little drop. Okay, so Thursday and Friday kind of going sideways. Is this the bottom? I don't know, because the bottom, she closed on the 7th at 1691. Very next day, she opens up at 1706, which is higher. So apparently, the market makers push it up a little bit. All right, so let's take a look at the seasonality chart. Now, the first thing I want to do always is put it into the calendar. Okay, find out exactly when the stock is. Yes, no, why? Michael, I have no idea what you're talking about. Hello, David. New here, checking things out. Alrighty. Mike Chunko, Mike, what are you talking about? Alright, you guys behave. Alright, I haven't bitch buttoned anyone yet today. It's new. It's a new day. We only had one last night we had to get rid of. So let's try to go through a whole night without having to toss anyone. Market moving sideways today. Okay, it's Sunday. The market's not moving at all. We're going to wait for it to see tomorrow what happens. We're here looking at the seasonality chart. For those of you not familiar, the blue line represents this year. Okay, she's got a nice little up, a little bit of pullback. What is she going to do now? Well, let's look it up here. A little bit of pullback. And she's going to go up again, down, up and down. Yeah, it's just up and down. Like what they normally do. They go up, they go down. They go up, they go down. All right, so the red line represents the last 10 years worth of data. 2014, 2015. Hello, Mr. James. That's Bobby Thompson. Oh, how are you today? Input from YouTube. I don't get very much input from YouTube. Well, because YouTube, I'm just starting with that one, so I'm not quite sure there. My German girlfriend was just yelling last night, and she was yelling nine. Okay, any thoughts about dividend stocks, FMC? We'll take a look at that. NUETSM. NUETSM. All right. Hey, boss, hello. FMC. We'll take a look at that one also. FMC. FMC. All right. So we have what, half a dozen to look at? All right. We got our first turd of the day. Had to be someone. All right. All right. NUE and TSM are on the list. Okay. I write the list down, right? See the list, and then I go through them one at a time. Okay. So NUE and TSM are on the list. So give me a few minutes to go through the other ones, and we'll get there. Let's get back to JWN. Okay. Blue line represents this year. Red line represents the last 10 years. Okay. Rotate, Bobby Johnson, that's exactly right. I do. I rotate my portfolio based on the dividend dates because I have found in the many years of doing this, coming into the dividend, it has a slight uptrend. Okay, slight, very so slight, not huge, but I'm only looking for 1%. So I found that buying the stock just before the EX date, selling a covered call against it, allowing someone to buy it from me for basically the exact same price I paid for it, gives me a 1% safe, secure, predictable, and consistent return every week. So, works out great for me. It is what it is. All right. So, here we go. The next couple of weeks, basically going sideways. Not huge, but it is what it is. We got some new followers. Thank you, guys. Juliana, Barbla. Interesting. Fox. Is that real tiger? No, it's not. It's one of my smoking jackets. When I get a little too cold, I throw something on. Cause it's still cold here. Okay, we're in the Boston area. It's chilly. All right. Let's get back to the chart. Now, this is just my assumption with Nordstrom's. Okay, up, down, we're below the 30-day bottom, so I'm thinking she might go sideways or up. And if she goes sideways or up, I'm perfectly okay with it. But let's take a look at the numbers and make sure it works out. My main focus is 1% per week. Now, let me do some math and show you how it works. Thelma, thanks for following. The last trade was 1706. The bid, 1698. The ask, 1710. The closest one would be the 17s, and that's going for 36 cents. How would you have 300 people but no commenters? That wild. I bitch button a lot of people. Okay, I only one last night, one tonight so far. So let's see how it works out. Hopefully, we only have that one. It'd be kind of nice if people were just, cordial and polite. I know it's kind of strange to ask for that, but anyway, it is what it is. All right, so let's go through the numbers. For those of you that are new here, because we got 276 people, some of you guys are new, don't really know what's going on. We're trying to get a safe, secure, predictable, and consistent 1% per week. Okay, this trading strategy was created for my 9-year-old daughter. It had to be safe. It had to be simple. Okay, there was no way she could possibly lose any money. The income had to be predictable, and it had to be consistent. Simple, safe, no way to lose, consistent, and predictable. That's what the 5 criteria for my 9-year-old. It's TikTok, man. Haters gonna hate. You know what? I understand that. And somebody once told me, if you do not have enough haters, you're not doing something. Hey, look at that. That was cute. Whoever gave me that. Samret Beauty Collection. Cool, thanks. All right. So, did you get that? It had to be simple. It had to be safe. No possible way she could lose money. And then the income had to be predictable and consistent. 5 criteria for my 9-year-old. Okay, so what happens to a 9-year-old girl if she loses money? I'm going to see who gets it first. And hopefully it's not one of you guys that have been here for a long period of time. I hope it's one of the new people that blurts out what happens with a 9-year-old. I'm 69 right now, and I will contest that too. Lose interest. That's an interesting one. Not quite what I was looking for. Apparently you don't have a 9-year-old little girl. Who else? Who else has a comment on that one? Cries. Who got that one? I have no hates. I'm 69. Okay. Cry, right? Meltdown. Oh, that's a good one too. And they are Sacra. I have no idea what Sacra means. I didn't go to college. Sorry. Blame James. Yeah. Thanks, Al. No, see, if my daughter started to cry, I would hear it twice. Okay. From her and from her mother. So that was one of those things. It had to be safe. It had to be simple. No possible way she could lose. The income had to be consistent and it had to be predictable. 5 criteria. Okay, this is when I came up with this in 08. Okay, so far it's been working for me rather well. I just started sharing this publicly on these forums because we have Facebook here, TikTok there, Instagram, and YouTube. Okay, now why do I have 4 phones? Because I can't figure out the damn software. I'm old school. All right. Okay, Amber 197. I have no idea what that is. All right, so let's take a look at the numbers. TikTok means money. They're making big books. Yep, they probably are. Good evening, Mr. James. Sophia. Enchanté, mon chéri, toujours. All right, let's take a look at the numbers, all right? So we know that the last trade was 1706. The bid, 1698. The ask, 1710. If we're going to buy it first thing tomorrow morning, we are going to pay 1710. That's the number here in front of us. However, when the market opens first thing tomorrow morning, those numbers are going to change. Okay, as soon as the market maker signs in, he's going to change. All right, I got to do this second person. All right, someone keeps putting some kind of website up, and I'm not here for that. Country Cops Watch. Good evening. What stock are we talking about? We're talking about JWN, which is Nordstrom's. Okay, Nordstrom's. All right. So if we're going to buy it first thing in the morning, we're going to pay $17.10. Okay. Now we have the choice. I clicked on the link. It was inappropriate. Thanks. I deleted it, so we won't be hearing from them anymore. So if I'm going to buy it tomorrow morning, all right, Corey, Maine, I know it's not on the list. I believe it's a monthly gain. I don't know about that one, but I'll throw it on the list. We'll take a look at it. M-A-I-N and G-A-I-N. Just, so you guys don't know, I'm not ignoring anyone. Stay on topic. Thank you. I do have ADD. It's a horrible thing. Disney, no. Okay, join the VIP. Good. Watch. Okay. Join your VIP. Watch live trades. When do you send the email for the Zoom link? Tomorrow morning. Probably. What's wrong? Hey, G Niles, how you doing? Yeah, for anyone who joined recently or over the weekend, I will send out another Random hint, don't click on random links. Run your antivirus software now. Apple, we'll take a look at Apple. Back to the subject, yeah. AAPL. All right, I'm going to shut the comments off for a while. All right, shutting the comments off for a while so that I can stay on track, okay? All right. No comments for a while. We have a dozen to look at. So we'll look at those, then I'll turn the comments back on. Hope you guys understand. I want to stay on track so everyone can understand how quickly it can go, because we're still on the same stock as we started with 17 minutes ago. All right, so let's just run through the numbers, see how it looks. All right, the last trade was 1706. The bid, what you could sell it for if you owned it, 1698. The ask is 1710. So if I wanted to buy it first thing tomorrow morning, 1710 is what I'd expect to pay. Now, we all understand that when the market opens up first thing in the morning, the market maker will change all these numbers, but the mathematics are the same. We take the closest price to the the closest price to the purchase. Okay, the purchase price at this moment, 1710. The closest strike price for the option is the 17. Okay, and that is going for 36 cents. If you look up over here, okay, 17.10 is what we can purchase it for. 17 is the closest strike price. We can sell it for 36 cents. Okay, now, considering the 17 is $17.10, we're losing 10 cents right off the bat. So we're buying it for $17.10 on Monday. We're selling it for 17 on Friday, so we're losing 10 cents. Not really, because whoever is buying that option from us is paying 36 cents per share. Okay, so we take the 10 cents right off that 36, so we're only profiting 26 cents. And I know 26 cents does not sound like a lot of money, but let's do the math and you will see. Clear that out. 26 cents, okay, and we divide it by the purchase price. In this instance, we're dividing it by 17 because we already deducted the 10 cents. Divided by the $17, and that gives us a return of 1.5%. Now, also in my house, one of the rules that my daughter had to get into her head was, number one, never, ever, ever buy something you do not want to hold for a long period of time, because you just might have to. Okay, stocks go up, stocks go down. That's all they do. They go up, they go down. Okay, so if I buy Nordstrom's tomorrow morning and the stock price goes down, I have no problems holding on to it for a long period of time. So if you have any intention whatsoever of buying anything, always ask yourself, do I mind holding this for a long period of time? And if you don't, let's go through it. So the calculator, 1.5% for the week. Okay, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but there's 52 weeks in the year. So if I multiply that by 52, that comes to a grand total of 79% for the year. And hopefully you guys don't mind getting 79% for the year. So I really don't mind 1.5% for the week. That's why JWN actually is in my portfolio. So I actually have some of that. And I'm probably going to buy some of that first thing in the morning. All right, I had to circle it because that's on the list for the morning. Okay, that's JWN. Let's go to the second one on the list. And that would be Kohl's, KSS. KSS. Okay, it has its dividend on the 19th, which is not this week, but next week. Okay, this week is week 11. Okay, week 11 of the quarter. There's only 13 weeks in the quarter, okay? 13 weeks. We're in week number 11, and that is the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th of March. All right? So Kohl's has its EX date on the 19th. Not this week, but next week. But let's take a look at the numbers. A 50-cent dividend. Okay? The last price, the ask price is $27.46, $27.50, $1.66. Yeah, we looked at this earlier today with someone else in a private lesson, and the numbers were just crazy. So let's take a look at it. A year ago today, 25.35. The quick bottom, looks like we have a triple bottom here at 17.71. Hits it in beginning of June, beginning of October, and then again in the middle of October. We got a high, which is close to a double high if you think about it. Let's call it a double high just for the fun of it. Okay, 29.57. Hits it in beginning of August and hits it again at the end of December. All right, and that was 29.45, so in that area. Okay, let's look at the last 90 days. Okay, so 90 days ago, 3 months ago, we have a bottom here at 20.77, and that was the middle of November. Okay, from there, nice escalation to the double high at 29.45, and that was on the 28th of December. From there, let's look at the last 30 days, and that would be right about there. Okay, so 30 days ago today, 26.73 was the open. The bottom was a couple of days later, and that was 25.12. From there, escalated up to the 30-day high, and that was 28.92. Now look what it's been doing for the last couple of days. It's coming off that high, 1, 2, 3, and then it turns on the last day. Okay, if you look at 3 days ago, 3 days ago, here's your bottom, your next bottom, and then you have an up day. Okay, so we have higher lows, and then an up day. Kind of an indication of it turning it to the opposite direction. Not definite, but still. Seasonality for coals. Let's look at the last, well, what it looks like. Okay, basically, tiny bit to the downside. Not huge, not perfectly flat, but not, up. All right. So I'm okay with that. It doesn't really tickle my fancy hugely, but I like it when a trend has a tendency to move. Now let's take a look at the numbers and see why I'm a little bit excited about coals. Now, the last trade for coal, the last trade for coals was 27.27. The bid 27.07, the ask 27.46. So if I'm going to buy it first thing tomorrow morning, which I am going to buy it first thing tomorrow morning, I will be looking to pay 27.46. Okay, the closest strike price is the 27.50. And look what it's going for. $1.66. So let's do the math real quick. $1.66. Now I'm going to divide it by the purchase price, 27.46. Okay, and that gives me a return for the week of 6%. Now 6% is a little on the high side, and you have the dividend come up in 2 weeks, not this week, but the week after. Okay, so if it doesn't hit my target this week, where is it? Hold on. Okay, tomorrow is Monday, the 11th. Okay, if I buy it at the purchase price of 27.46, which is right about here, okay, look where it is. Okay, it's only been low these 3 days. Okay, is it going to the upside or is it not going to the upside? Okay, now, if I buy it tomorrow morning, okay, and I sell at the money, I can make 6% by this week. Now, I don't want to do that because it's a little bit on the risky side. So here's what my plan is going to be. Okay, I already did the math on this earlier today. The 27.50. I'm going to probably look at the 26s, okay, because then I'm in the money, okay, and look, it's only hit 26 once, okay, 26 is way down here. The stock is up here at the moment, but 26 is way down here. I don't think it's going to hit 26 tomorrow, okay, but let's see what the numbers look like for the 26. Okay, here's the 26 right here. Okay, 25.75 is what I'm paying for it. Okay, and let's get rid of this. Okay, so 10 contracts, which is 1,000 shares. Okay, do you see this? This is what the numbers look like. My maximum profit would be $1,080. So I'll bring up my calculator. Clear that, $1,080. Then I'm going to divide it by the purchase price, which is, well, right here, $24,920. Okay, now there's two numbers here, $24,920 and $11,992. So if you have a margin account, it's only $12,000, and if it's a non-margin account, all cash, it's $24,000. So let's do it by the $24,000, because I suggest you guys do not do a margin account until you're really good at this. Okay, so I'm going to take that 1080 and I'm going to divide it by the amount of money I have invested, and that would be $24,920. Okay, at 4.3%, and that's at the 16. Well, let's say the heck with the 16 and go for the 15. Okay, because then we're even further into the money. Or sorry, wait a minute, that's the 26. Let's go for the 25. Okay, now the 25. Okay, I still have 1080 as a profit. Where's my calculator? Oh, I got rid of my calculator. Okay, so again, I'm looking at the same set of numbers. Okay, the max profit is 1080. 1080. That looks right. And I'm going to divide that by how much I'm investing. 24,920. Still 4.3. That doesn't seem right. Anyway, I like the numbers. I do. I'm going further into the money, so when the market opens up in the morning, all these numbers are going to change. This is the math I got to do. I got to do what am I getting? Okay, if I'm selling someone the covered call, basically giving them the right to buy it from me for basically the exact same price that I paid for it. Okay, so I'm paying $27.46. Okay, and if I sell it for 26, this is what I'm getting. Okay, so always do the math. And for those of you guys on the edge about joining or not, hey, let's go through the numbers and make sure it works for you. Make sure it makes sense. And always remember rule number 1. Never buy something unless you plan on holding it for a long period of time. That's rule number 1. All right. That was Kohl's. We'll cross that one off. Cross ALB off. JWN. AERO. You are the vowels. AERO. You are the vowels. All right, it has no options, so that's a no. NUE. Okay. NUE. That's for the 27th. That's week number 13. Okay, so let's take a look at it. 185.82 to 185. Okay, 350. NUE. Wow. Okay, let's take a look at it. Very first thing I want to do, put it to the calendar. Find out when they have their dividend. Okay, that's in 2 weeks. Okay, I can deal with that. Next thing I want to do, the 1-year chart. What is the high? What is the low? Where was it a year ago? Where is it today? Okay, so we got the high up here, 195. The low down here, 129. A year ago, we're at 162.39, and we're at 185.82. Okay, great. Let's look at the last 90 days, because I want to go 1 year, 90 days, 30 days, then seasonality. Okay, well, look at this. All right, 90 days, 10/23, was that end of October? 140.54. Look at the run up. Okay, from the end of October to last week. That is nice. Now look at all the space down here. That's a lot of room for profit potential, but look, up, down, up, down, up, down. A lot of movement. So it has a lot of predictable movement. Hey, Calvin Hill joined again. Way to go. Miguel, thanks for joining. Spencer, thanks for joining. Okay, so you see all the movements? I like when you can actually see the movements. Up, down, so on and so forth. Okay, last 30 days. Okay, last 30 days. We were sitting at 186.56. Our 30-day bottom, 178.22. That was the 13th. That was what, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks ago. Okay, 2 weeks ago we had a 30-day top, and that was 195. Okay, she dropped 4 days to the downside. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check that out. Now look at this. 1, 2, 3 to the upside. Okay, I like that. 1 through 3. Even though you have 2 down days where it opened higher, closed lower, it's still trending to the upside. Right, see? There's the bottom here, and it's going up to this direction. I like to see 2 days to go up before I jump into it. Now, let's take a look at seasonality to find out what it normally does this time of year. Alrighty. That looks like a flat line. Check that out. Is that flat or what? Because basically, historically speaking, this thing, no big ups, no big downs this time of year. I love flat lines, specifically because they don't move very much, and I can get in, get my profit, and get out without having to worry too much about anything. All right, so let's take a look at the numbers. The 185.82 was the last trade. Okay, the bid 185.65, the ask 186.68. So that's what I can pay for, 186.68. The closest one is going to be the 187, and then you have to go for the 187.5, which means the stock has to go up. I don't really like that. I prefer to go to the 185 because then you're in the money. The stock, see, if the stock goes up, you make money. Stock goes sideways, you make money. Stock can even come down a little bit, and you still make money. At the 187.50, the stock has to move up, and I like it when it has to move up. I like it if it goes sideways or up. If it goes down, I'm not too happy about that. But let's take a look at the 185s. Okay, so the 185s are going for 350. All right. So you take that 350 and you add it to the 185, and you come to let's clear this. 188.50. Okay. Do you see where I got that from? The 185, which is the strike price, and it's selling for $3.50. You add those two together, and that is your sale price. That's what you actually collect at the end of the week. Well, you actually get the $3.50 right away. Now, I'm going to subtract the purchase price, which is $186.68. Means my profit is going to be $182, just a smidge below 1%. I don't know. How do I feel about that? Just a smidge below 1%. That's at the 185. Okay, so if the stock goes up, I make my, let's find out what it is. Divided by 186.68. Is that 2%? Is that right? That can't be right. Oh, that's right. It's the mark. No, wait a minute. Hold on a second. That can't be right. 185 plus 350 equals 188.50. Then we subtract the purchase price, 186.68. That gives us a 182 profit. 182 is less than 1% divided by 186.68. That's right, 0.97. That's just smidge below 1%. I might do that if I don't have anything else to look at. But NUE, do I really like NUE? Okay. Anyway, I'd like to see what the market maker opens it up at tomorrow. Okay, next on the list, TSM. TSM. Into the calendar on the 18th, so that's 2 weeks out, 54 cents. And over here, TSM. I'm going to say no right off the bat. See that? First thing I want to see, where's the high, where's the low, where was it, where is it? Okay, now, the high, 158. The low, 81. That thing almost doubled in price. Okay, look at this right here. Going up. There's way too much space here for profit taking. Okay, way too much space for profit taking. So for me personally, I'm going to say no to this one. Okay, but I'll take a look at those numbers for the people who like TSM. Only fair, correct. Okay, seasonality for TSM. Sideways. Nothing but sideways. Okay, so let's take a look at the numbers for TSM. Last price, 146.37. Bid, 144.05. 144.50. So the 144s are going for 585. But remember, okay, even though it's for 585, here's the 30-day bottom right here. Here's the 30-day top. And there hasn't been any profit taking yet. Well, there was on Friday, but not a whole heck of a lot. There's still a lot of meat on that bone. That's just my humble opinion. Okay, so it doesn't look that appetizing to me. But the 144 is going for 585. Why do you think that is? Okay, take 585. We're losing 50 cents right off the top. Okay, so it's 535. Okay, and we divide it by the 144. This is going to be a crazy number. 3.7%. Okay, but the stock would have to stay above 44.50. Okay, right now it's at 46.37. But you notice both the bid and the ask are both lower than the current price. Usually, that is an indication when both the bid and the ask are both below the last price, the market maker is trying to push it down. Usually, not guaranteed, but usually. It's a little bit of a hint. Okay? So yeah, I would say no to that personally. But what do I know? I am going to look at the 141s are going for 755. 141s, yeah. Well, I have no idea how far it's gonna and how fast it's gonna drop. Okay, that's FMC. We got 4 more to go. Then I'll turn 4 more to go. Then I will turn the comments back on. Take some more questions. FMC, FMC Corporation. 27th. FMC. Monthly, that's a no. Okay, somebody want to look at Maine. I'm pretty sure Maine is a monthly. And it is, and that's a no. Okay, Gain, Gain. Another monthly, no. Okay, Apple, AAPL. Now I'm going to tell you now, I do have Apple in another account, but not trading strategy. Okay, so for those of you guys that are new here, all right, I have 5 different accounts. 2 of them I share with you guys. 2. Okay, and that's this strategy. Okay, buy the good stock, sell the option, make a little bit of a 1% for the week, safe, secure, predictable, and consistent 1% per week. Okay, Apple is not on my list. So why do I buy Apple? Well, I buy Apple because it's on Warren Buffett's list. Okay, love Apple. Look at this. Below there, right there, look at the escalation from 52 weeks ago to July. That's April, May, June, July. April, May, June, July. 4 months. It goes from 150 to 200. That's a 30% increase. 30%. All right. Last 90 days. 90 days ago, we were at 165.67. Okay, and then she goes from 165.67 all the way up to 200. That's 40. That's almost 40 bucks. 160. That's 25%. That's 25% in just a couple of weeks. Nice. All right, last 2 weeks. I mean, last 30 days. 9th right there. Here we go. Okay, 30 days ago today. This is what I love to see this. Okay, 30 days ago today, we're at the 30-day high. Okay, look at all that profit taking, a little bit of swing. Okay, more profit taking. We have the gap here. All right, there's a gap here, and there's a gap here. Okay, our bottom was Thursday. Friday was to the upside. Okay, now Apple hasn't been down this point. Let's see how long. Okay, Apple hasn't been here since late October. Okay, look at seasonality for Apple. Okay, blue line represents this year. This is the red line. This is 10 years average, 10-year average move. Okay, she goes up, a little bit of pullback, up, a little bit of pullback, up, a little bit of pullback, up. I love seasonality. It gives me a good idea. So where are we now? We're right here. We're in a little bit of pullback. Okay, and then she's going to go to the upside. I have no problem whatsoever buying Apple and taking advantage of that little move right there. That's coming. Hi, honey. Honey's here to say hi. Hi, honey. Nice jacket. You like that? I get comments about the jacket all the time. Okay, so take a look at Apple for the next couple of weeks. Okay, for the next 2 weeks, we'll look at that. That's like a flat line. Okay, if you're in the medical field, you don't want to see one of those. Okay, but that's what it is, a flat line. Okay, so what do the numbers look like? Move this back over here. Oops. Okay, I'm betting on it's going to bounce up and go past. Last trade was 170.73. The bid 170.48, 170.50. So the 170s are going for 264. Okay, we're losing 50 cents right off the top, so we'll walk away with 214. Okay, clear this. 214 and divide it by the purchase price of 170.50. Okay, that's 1.25%. I'm pretty much okay with 2.5% on Apple. And Apple doesn't even have its dividend coming up. Okay, but I already own Apple, so it is what it is. Now, am I going to get some more? Well, I got more on Friday, so I'm probably not going to get any more this week. But that's Apple. That's the last one. Let's turn on the comments and see what you all have to say. See how easy it is to go through all this without answering all these questions? All right, so I don't get distracted. All right. Let them roll. Let them rip. Come on with the questions. Come on with the questions. All righty. Who's first with the question? CMCSA. All right, GNOws. That's the first week of the quarter. That's 3 weeks away. What about Google? All right, see, Google does not have 20 years of increased dividends, so no. Mike's the man. Nice job. Thanks, Mike. Snap Inc. We'll take a look at Snap. Why not? I think we looked at Snap last week. Para. Oh, GNOws. Yes. Para. I already have some Para, just to let you know. Paramount. Do you only buy if dividends are coming out? Yes, that is exactly why. Apple's a straight cash machine. Yes, it is. ET. Why is everybody like ET? My goodness. Like every day, somebody's mentioned something about ET. STX. All right, GNOws. STX. Here we go. All right. Let's take a look at these four. Snap. I don't think Snap is this week anyway. S-N-A-P. Snap is not this month. It's not month of February. It's not even the month of January. Anyone know anything about Snaps and the dividends? Anyone? Anyone at all? Bueller. STX. All right, Gino, you got that on there. Okay, Snap is going to be a no. It doesn't have dividends, apparently. They don't pay dividends. Thanks, Jen. You're chiming in. Nice to see you. Thoughts on Zebra? I'm going to say no on Zebra. Para. Para's a good one. P-A-R, Paramount. P-A-R-A. Now, Paramount was the 14th, which is Thursday. Jose, P-A-A. Way to go. P-A-A. I think I bought planes last year. Okay, let's take a look at Para. They have a 5-cent dividend. I usually don't chase 5-cent dividends, but it is what it is. P-A-R-A. Okay, $10.91. Okay, the 11s go for 28. Interesting. Let's take a look at the chart, see what it looks like. P-A-R-A. A year ago, first thing I always want to look at, high, the low, where was it, where is it? Okay. A year ago, 2031, the high was 23.97. Big drop. I think we did this yesterday. Big drop from 22.95 all the way down to 16.44. Exxon, XOM. Okay, basically fell down to a 90-day bottom at 70.63. Then we shot up to 17.52. The last 30 days. Take a look at the last 30 days. This is what I like about Paramount. 30 days ago, we're at 13.06, 30-day high. Hey, Jose, O Realty Income. No, because it's a monthly. Has a high at 13.61, and that was on the 12th of February. How much do you make per year? Over 50% per year return on this one particular account. Okay, I got 5 different accounts. This one account, over 50%. Okay, where are we? 212. That was the high of the 30-day period. CRWD. I'll write that down. CRWD. Okay. I mean, how much money do you make in dollars per year? I'm not going to answer that one because here's the reason why I'm not going to answer it. The reason why is because we all start out somewhere. Okay. So, yeah, Mike, I got that, Michael. If I tell you what I make, it's like, okay, great, find in. What if I say I make $5 million? Oh, is that impressive? Well, that's not the whole equation. From where am I getting that? Okay, if I have 10 million, I'm making 5 million. That's 50%. Okay, if I'm making 100,000 and I'm working with 10,000, that's what is that? 10%. Is that right? So it's just numbers. Okay, if I make 1% per week, okay, if I have 100,000, that's $1,000 a week. If I have 500,000, that's $5,000 a week. But it's still 1%. 1% is 1%. So no matter what you start out, because I can almost guarantee it's 142 people here. I would be hard pressed to find 2 people here to have the exact same amount of money in their account. So if I have a $10,000 account and he has a $100,000 account, he's making $1,000 a week and I'm making $100. I'm going to feel a little awkward. So I don't do it that way. Okay, I'm only interested in rate of return. Because if you make $5,000 and you're starting out with $1 billion, that interest sucks. Okay, Jose, you got 6 million. Good for you. I have no idea what you're doing here. Okay. But anyway, CRWD is CrowdStrike Holdings and they don't pay dividends. Thank you, Jen. I'm crossing that one off the list. So yeah, no, I don't say how much I make. So how much do you have invested to make $5,000 a week? Well, at 1%, that would be $500,000. Best long-term dividend stock. Vinny, don't have one. Okay, I have 150 stocks. Okay, 150 stocks on my list. Okay, and I rotate them. Okay, there's 13 weeks in the quarter. Yeah, 13. Okay, 13 weeks in the quarter. And you have 150 stocks, which means, I'll open this up real quick. Easiest way to have 6 million in your account is start with 25 million. I like that one out. How to make $1 million in the stock market? You start out with $1 billion. Back to yeah, let's get back to Para. Okay, so let's take a quick look. All right, 30 days ago, we're at the 30-day high. Okay, Tuesday, we're at the bottom. Wednesday's up, Thursday's up, Friday's up. Look at how much more room we have to go to challenge that 30-day high. From here all the way up to here. I think there's plenty of room for this thing to go up. Can we still play it this week? Well, let's take a look. When is Paramount paying their dividend? Paramount is paying on the 14th. Okay? Monday is tomorrow. Okay? If you buy a stock Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you qualify for that dividend. But let's check out the numbers, all right? The last trade was 1093. The bid 1090, the ask 1091. Okay, so the closest one is the 11, and the 11 is going for 28 cents a share. So at 28 cents a share, and I buy it at 1091, that comes to a grand total of 2.5% for the week. But here's the thing, 2.5% for the week, if you buy it at the money, sell a strike price at the money. But remember, the stock price has a tendency to go down after it pays its dividend. So not only do you get 2.5%, you actually also collect the dividend. It's not huge, okay? But you have to be okay with owning it for a long period of time. So what if it does go down after it pays its dividend? Because the dividend is Thursday, okay? If it goes down on Friday, is it still going to meet your strike price? Are you still going to be able to be back into cash for the following Monday? Or are you going to carry Paramount into the following week?
Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe.
Yep, the wife says, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Because she knows where you live. Okay, Night Fury. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just telling you what the numbers are. Okay, so at the 1050, you would actually make 1050 55 cents. That means it would be 11.05. You make 6 cents off of that. Don't cry over spilt milk, but your biggest disappointment of all time. Why? Don't cry over spilt milk, but your biggest disappointment of all time. Why? Oh, my biggest disappointment would be Real Networks. I think that was back in 2000, 2001, somewhere around there. I thought I was smart, and I really wasn't. I lost more money in 1 week than most people make in a year. That one hurt, and I didn't sleep for a long time. 1091 to 104. 1091 to 1104. Where'd you get 1104? Because the ask is 1091. I don't know where you get the 1104 from. What are your thoughts on Walmart doing a 3-for-1 split a couple of weeks ago? All right, Corey, I don't pay attention to stuff in the past, all right, because nothing I can do about it, to be totally honest with you. I look at today and this week, okay, because I have way too many of my friends pass away, last year and then the year before. The older you get, the less and less friends you got. It's like we make a list of all the classmates that have passed over the years. And it's like, damn, how did I keep on going? 54 cents plus the 10. All right, Night Fury, I'm looking, it says 55. Okay, the bid that I have is 55 cents. So that would be 11.05. Okay, and if you buy it at 10.91, okay, that's 9 and 5 would be 14. So you make 14 cents. Okay, so I do the 1050s because you're still getting your 1%, and the stock doesn't have to move at all. Okay, so if you add the 55, that's 13 cents, so 1%. You're playing options. Jose, yes, I am. I like options. Okay, I like selling options because I'm getting a cash flow from them. Okay, clear that. Okay, 9 cents plus 5 cents is 9 plus 5 is 14. So 0.14 divided by the purchase price of $10.91 divided by $10.91. That equals 1.3%. I have no problem with 1.3% whatsoever. Really don't. Okay? Now, let's take a look at the next one. So I kind of like Para, and I think I do own. Do I own Para? No, I don't. Is there a chance they might call it a way to get dividends? There is. But here's the thing. This is a good question there, Mike. If I buy, let me go back to the calendar. If I buy it on Monday morning, okay? If I buy it on Monday morning, sell someone the rights to buy it from me anywhere between Monday and Friday, okay? Whoever bought the option can exercise it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, or Friday. They have the option. When you buy an option, you have the right to do whatever you want with that stock. So if the stock goes up and they want to exercise their option before the EX date, they'll collect the dividend. You'll still get your 1.3%. What is your game plan for cash flow? Okay, Ricardo, my game plan for cash flow is safe, secure, predictable, and consistent 1% per week off my portfolio. Okay, there's two up here in the bio. Whoops. In the bio right up there. If you go there, go to the 10-minute trader, which, hold on a second. Right here, the 10-minute trader, the website. Okay, all the way down the bottom. These are all my trades for the week. Okay, on there you'll see how many positions I have for the week. Week number 1, 4 positions. Ford, CVS, General Motors, Macy's. Okay, I made 2.12%. Week number 2, 5 positions. Ford, Lowe's, Clorox, General Motors, Macy's, 1.3%. Week number 3, Macy's, Ford, Capital One Finance, General Motors, and Clorox, 0.85%. So I missed the 1% that week. It happens. Week number 4. Click on that one. Macy's, General Motors, Ford, Capital One Finance, and Clorox, 0.9%. Week 5, 1.06. Week 6, 1.6. Week 7, 1.9. Week 8, 2.3. Week 9, 2.32. Look at this. Week 10, 4.6. That's freaking crazy. Dividends versus covered calls. I actually combined the two together. So you're selling covered calls, exactly. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question, Ricardo, for my cash flow. And yeah, I did, by the way, 2 accounts. Okay, these are the 2 that I share. Whoops. There we go. Okay, so I shared 2 accounts with you guys. 2. These 2 right here. You go to my website, you can check out every single trade that I make. All right, next on the list, that was Para. ET, extraterrestrial, ET, energy transfer. It's not in March, it's in February, so no to ET. Imagine buying growth stocks, highly outweighed dividends right now. You know what? He was at 96, 79, 27. You can do whatever you want. Okay, this works for me. I'm just sharing what works for me. Okay, no volume on MLPS. All right, I don't know why we're talking about MLPS. It's not on my list. Okay, ET is a no because it's in the 2nd week of February. Next on the list, STX. STX. 20th, not this week, but next week. Okay, no ET is an MLP. I have no idea what an MLP is. All right, anyway, STX, 70 cents on the 20th. Okay, keep going the wrong way. Okay, tomorrow's the 11th. The 20th is right here. So we have 1.5 weeks before we pay out this EX. before it has EX date. So let's go to the trade, STX, STX. Oh, alrighty. MP is like a different tax rule, I think. Master Limited Partnership. Well, alrighty then. I'm late. Was Para a go or... Well, I'm buying it tomorrow. I don't know about anyone else here. But, yeah. All right, STX, Seagate, 9269. That's 93. Those numbers look good. Let's take a look at the charts. STX, Seagate. I'm going to say no to Seagate. Look at the last 2 weeks. Okay? The last 2 weeks for Seagate. KSS has earnings this week, Tuesday. Yep, Sam G, I see that. Okay? The bottom was the 21st. The top was Tuesday. No, all right, the top was Wednesday. Down day, down day, down day. 3 down days in a row. Never fight the trend. The trend at this moment in time is down. Okay, seasonality does not trump the trend. Got that? Does not trump the trend. Yeah, no, it doesn't. So on Seagate, I would definitely wait and see when he has 2 days to the upside. But let's take a look at the numbers for Seagate for those who may like Seagate. Last trade, 92.69. The bid, 90.99. The ask, 92.69. So the closest one would be the 93. That's going for $1.68. Okay, $1. Clear that. $1.68 divided by the purchase price, 92.69, and that comes a grand total of 1.8%. However, 3 days to the downside. Did you really want to do that? So, say a friend, trend is your friend right to the end. Mamas, where did you learn how to do this? It's called the School of Hard Knocks. I've been doing this for 20 years. In that 20-year period, you make a lot of mistakes and you learn what not to do. How about HPQ? All right, Sam J, we'll take a look at HPQ. HPQ on the list. All right, so STX is a no because it's in a downtrend. But we could look at STX next week because it might be a possibility next week. All right. PAA, TCB, the country's best yogurt. TCBP. All right, that's on the list, but I can tell you right now, I don't think it is a go. Okay, Sam J, we're going to look at that in a minute or two. What we're looking at now, PAA, Plains All American. Not this week. That was the last week of January, week number 5. Now remember, we're in week number 11. Okay, week number 10 just passed. We're coming up to week number 11. Okay, so we're not going to look at PAA for another, 4 or 5 weeks. All right, next on the list, XOM. I'm pretty sure XOM is not on the list either. XOM. Second week of February, so that's a no. No dividends for TCPB. Yeah, I didn't think so. XOM. Last one on the list. Last one on the list, you guys. HPQ, and I think that is this week. HPQ, Hewlett Packard. Tuesday. Let's take a look at Hewlett Packard. Tuesday is the EX date. 27 cents. All right, well, let's see what the numbers look like. HPQ 31. The 31's going for 20 cents. Yuck. I'm going to say no to HPQ. Wait a second. Hold on. All right. So here's where a little bit of math is going to come in handy. Okay, Sam G, we're looking at HPQ right now. AA, we'll take a look at it. I think do I have AA? I have no idea. No, I don't have AA. Okay. Now, Hewlett Packard, yep, YEP. Roster, he only buys stock. Okay. He doesn't mind holding on to it. Thanks for that, Al. I like when you guys answer some of the questions for me. That way I don't have to deal with some of the questions. YEP. Is that even a stock, or are you just saying yep? Yep. Is that what that is, Rooster? Yep. How about WFC, Wells Fargo? That's awesome company. I made a nice fat chunk of change on Wells Fargo a couple of weeks ago. So Wells Fargo won't come up again for consideration for I have no idea. We'll check on that in a minute. Let's go over HPQ. Now, HPQ, take a look at numbers. Hewlett Packard, HPQ. Ooh, that looks like a no right off the top. Recommended stock to hold for 20 years. Laurie, I can't help you out with that one. Okay, the longest I've ever held anything was 9 months. Longest I've ever held, and I've been investing for over 20 years. Longest I've ever held anything, 9 months. I'm not looking to hold for capital appreciation. You're definitely in the wrong place if that's what you're looking for. And I have you know what? I wish you the best, whatever you want to do. Okay, but that is not the goal here. We want to get in Monday, be out on Friday. We want safe, secure, predictable, and consistent 1% per week. And to do that, we do not use capital appreciative stocks. We only do stocks that have weekly options and have dividends that consistently increase. What do you trade? I trade dividend stocks that have increased their dividend payments to their shareholders for at least 20 years, or they're on Warren Buffett's list. Or taking a look, I'm actually going to be taking a look pretty soon at the ETFs. Not the ETFs themselves, but the stocks held within the ETFs. So I'm going to take a look at the biggest ETFs they have out there. Then I'm going to dissect them and find out what stocks they hold. Marco, no, I'm not a short trader. Okay, I buy a stock, I sell a covered call against it, I collect the premium, and then I move on to another stock. Simple. Trading strategy I created for my 9-year-old daughter 15 years ago. Was it 15 years ago? How long ago was it? 16 years ago? I don't know. HPQ was a big no for me, but I'm green. Well, Colin, I'm thinking the same thing, but Sam J wanted to look at it and see what a few other people want to look at it. So let's take a look at the charts and see what we think. Okay, a year ago, 27.59. The high back in the middle of July, 33.86. The bottom, end of September at 25.15. Okay, the last 30 days. 30 days ago, we're at 28.28. Okay, the bottom was the 29th. That was, what, last week or the week before? Okay, look where the high is. Okay, the bottom is here. The high is here. Okay, look at all this space. Okay, there's profit taking coming. Okay, so for me, I'm going to agree with Jose. Wait a minute, no, I'm going to agree with Colin and say no. Have a good night. See you again. Jeff, other than Para, what else looks good to you this week? Well, Jeff, that's what we're doing right now. We're taking a look at stocks to find out what looks good and what doesn't. Now, somebody mentioned Hewlett Packard, and I just gave my personal opinion on Hewlett Packard. Okay, we have about 30 days ago, we were here, right around 28.50. Our 30-day bottom was here at 27.75. Our 30-day top is here up at 31. Look at all this space here. Whoops. Okay, all this space right here. Okay, from the bottom all the way up to here. That's a nice run up. Okay, I see profit taking there. I would not do that myself. What about Wix? WIX. That's a monthly. That's a note. Sorry, Dan. Okay. These are all monthlies. April, May, June, July, September, October, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I only do weeklies because I can't get weekly income if they only offer an option once a month. Okay, sorry about that. All right, AA. Let's take a look at AA. Alcoa. You're down to the last stock on your list. Better have mom break out the cookies. My earlier question, a lower price stock can increase by 1%. Yes, it can. AAR. Okay, AAR. AAR is on the list. We're looking at Alcoa at this moment. Put AA. First thing I want to do, the calendar. And it already passed. All right. It was the 4th. It was last week. Okay. And I did have AA last week, and I sold it on the 8th. I bought it a couple of weeks ago. The EX date was Monday, so I collected dividend and I collected the premium. T is too early to play. That is correct. T is. How much do you invest in a single stock per week? Between 20 and 25%. Okay, so if I have $100, I put 20 to 25 in it. If I have 100,000, it's 20,000 to 25,000. If I have $1 million, it's 200,000, 250,000. So it's 20 to 25% of my holdings. I like to keep my holdings all even. All right, so AA is going to be a no for this week. YEP. S&P World Index. That's an index. That's a no. Okay. Any chance monthly could give 4% or 1% per week with more risk on the price movement? Any thoughts on NVIDIA? NVIDIA is a big fat no. I'm trying to find a monthly to satisfy your AAR as a monthly. And it's not even this month. AAR has no options. So AAR is a no. WFC. Okay, WFC. First week in February. Okay, first week in February, which would be week number 5 of the quarter. Okay, so we're week 11. We won't see week number 5 for another 4 more weeks. You're welcome, Valerie. Thank you. That's it. My list is done. What else you guys got? Anything? Invite Susan as a guest. Susan, would you like to be a guest? DM me with your number. I will call you. We'll have a chat. See if you can contribute to the conversation. AGRO. There's no dividends for AGRO. Sorry, Lucibel. No dividends. AGRO. And they have monthly options. Thanks. Have a good evening. You got it. So these stocks pay weekly dividends. No, Sunday they don't. Do you have more than 4 stable stocks? Yes, Doc, I do. Okay, Sunday, I look at weekly options. Okay, the stocks that I look at have quarterly dividends, but weekly options. Okay, so I incorporate the two together to give me what I want. So to answer the question for a monthly IEP, hold on a second, IEP. Okay, somebody asked me about doing a monthly. AGRO. Okay, now, AGRO is at $10.11. Okay, what are the stocks you are looking at tomorrow? Fascinating football videos. That sounds like a cool name. I wonder what your parents were smoking that night. Just kidding. Just kidding. But it's interesting and fascinating football videos. I'm sure there was a story behind that. Okay, AGRO is a monthly. MDA. Let's take a look at MDA. MDA. All right. So the monthly, the last trade for AGRO was $10.11. All right. The $10 strike price is going for 15 cents. However, I'm losing 38 cents right off the top. So I'm in the negative numbers with this particular monthly. Is that MDA or MDAL? Look at AT&T. Yeah, but AT&T is in the first week of the quarter. Okay. Okay. You see right there? 6th of April. That's 4 weeks away. So we won't look at it this week. We won't look at it next week, but we'll look at it the week after. Wait a minute. No, we'll look at AT&T next. All right, let's look at AT&T now. 28 cents. Okay, AT&T. Ooh, I like the chart looking at it. Okay, the high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Okay, not too high, not too low. Where was it? Where is it? HII. That's a no. I can already tell you that one right now. Dogecoin, Skyway. We don't do any coins at all. HII. HII. All right. AT&T. You ready? AGNC. We already did AGNC today, and that was a no. Sorry. Heckety. Heckety. Heckin' heck. Heckety. Heckin' heck. Interesting name. Heckety. Heckin' heck. All right. A year ago, AT&T was at $18.39. Double top at 20. Program do recommend using it, investigate to sell stuff, buy and sell stuff. I use Thinkorswim. Okay, the high of the year was back in the middle of April of last year. The bottom of the year was in the middle of July. Okay. The last 30 days, we're at a 30-day high. BTDR. That's probably a no. Phew! Oh, that was a good one. Whew. I have no idea where that one came from. Oh, wow. Kind of make my toes curl. All right, Luke X. Sorry about that. Yeah, BTDR. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Salut. Bonjour. Salut. Okay. AT&T. A month ago. 30 days ago. The high. 17 something. The bottom. 16 something. Look at this. Nice movement. SYY. That's actually on my list. SYY. All right, we'll take a look at that one. Red Dad. Red Dad, we'll take a look at that in a minute. Okay, so the high was 30 days ago, 1762. The bottom was 2 weeks ago, and that was 1642. Went sideways for a little bit to the upside. It's basically going sideways. Okay, great. It's at 1720. What does AT&T normally do this time of year? Okay, normally AT&T, yeah, kind of goes sideways and takes a dip. Now that dip right there is what we call an anomaly. Do you know why? Because if you take a look at the 10 years worth of data, what falls there? QYLD is a no. Okay, that is an ETF that has a whole bunch of stocks in it. I actually took a look at QYLD, take all the stocks out of it, and I look at those stocks individually. Okay, and I know it doesn't pay over 30% per year. Okay, LUCX, are you looking at Canadian companies? Jen, I'm not 100%. Right now, I'm only looking at stocks that are traded on the U.S. stock market. There are Canadian companies on the U.S. stock market. Luke, WBA? WBA. All right, we'll take a look at that, Luke. Just give me a few minutes. Okay, as I was saying, you're going to find in almost every single stock chart you see, there's a downturn in March. Why is that? because of the freaking pandemic. You had stocks lose 50 to 70% of their value because of the pandemic. Okay, everything just dropped like a rock in the middle of March. So, is this accurate? No, this is not accurate because of that anomaly that happened in March. No, I'm asking Luke X a question. Oh, I'm sorry, Jen. I don't see the questions all the time. Okay, so anyway, that's AT&T. Let's see what the numbers look like for AT&T. Okay, nice little uptrend for AT&T. Okay, the last trade 17.20, the bid 17.20, the ask 17.25. So the current 17 is going for 32 cents. Now, 32 cents may sound okay to you. However, at 17.25, you're losing 25 cents right off the top. Okay, you take 25 cents off of 32, and you end up with 7 cents. That's a big fat no. Okay, the 1750s, 9 cents. That's a big fat no. So apparently the premiums for AT&T bite the big wanker. It's a no for me because the numbers just don't work. Even with the dividend, they still don't work. Okay, so it's no to AT&T. WFC. Are we looking at WFC? That's Wells Fargo. That was a couple of weeks ago. WFC, because I did have Wells Fargo. Okay, we're going to look at Wells Fargo in week 4. Okay, we're in week 11. Okay, so we got 2 more weeks for the first quarter. Then we're not going to look at Wells Fargo into the first quarter, the second quarter. Okay, Verizon, same thing. Okay, it's in the first couple of weeks of the second quarter. Okay, it's actually for next week, Verizon. Which, well, we can look at that one because it's actually for next week. Not this week coming up, but next week. Okay, so let's take a look at the trade grid for Verizon. Okay. TELUS is the same thing. Okay, TELUS is not on my list at all. Okay. All right, Verizon. Let's take a look at Verizon. Okay, it's just about 1%. All right, Verizon a year ago, $36.79. Okay, the bottom of the year, and October, $30.11. The last 90 days. Okay, 90 days ago was the bottom at 35.46. The 90-day top was 43.19. Look at this big gap right there. In the what do you call it, in January the 22nd. But it filled. It did, right? Last 30 days. Okay, 30 days ago today with Verizon was the 30-day bottom at 39.26. Okay. GLP, Red Dad, we'll put that on the list. GLP, here we go. The bottom, 39.26 was 30 days ago. We have a top right here on the 23rd, and that was 41.15. Big drop, sideways, up, down. We have 3 down days in a row. 1, 2, 3. Okay? I personally like to see after 3 down days, or after it's trending down, I want to see it turn and go back up. At least 2 days. Back to the upside before I jump into anything. Loving the Tiger King. Hockey Gray Fox. Hey, nice to see you again. I know you were here before because I'm very good with names. Okay? Okay, I like Verizon. Don't get me wrong. I do like Verizon. But you have 3 down days in a row. Okay, 3 down days in a row. I would wait for it to turn, go back to the upside before I think of jumping back in. Okay, that could happen probably sometime next week. But Verizon's not on the list for next week. It's on the list for the week after. Okay, we're coming into week 11. That's on the list for week 12. All right, that's Verizon. WFC was a no. IEP. IEP, ICANN Enterprises. IEP. Oh, IEP was Friday. Oh, wait a minute. That's last year. We want 24. Yep. IEP was last year. Was last week. It's on Friday. See that? So IEP is a no for this week. MDA. MDA is not this quarter. I mean, not this month. Okay, MDA has no dividends. Okay, MDA is no. ICANN is under short seller attack. Oh, okay. Well, it was a no anyway. HII. Who came up with HII? Huntington Ingalls. Okay, not this month. Not for last month. Last February. HII is last February. Sorry, that's a no for this week. Cisco, SYY. SYY. I think Cisco in the first week of the quarter. So it's not this week, but it's next week because it goes for April. See where it is right here? January 4th, first week of the quarter. Okay. Now, April, first week of the second quarter. Same thing. Okay. Cisco, 50 cents. SYY. It is a monthly. So someone else asked about a monthly. So let's take a look at the numbers for the monthly. SYY. Okay, look where it is. Basically going sideways. Oop, and to the upside. Look at that. 4 down days to the upside. I like that. That is a contender. However, it's a monthly. So let's take a look. Okay, the last price was 880.56. The ask is 81.48. Okay, so 81 is going for 95 cents. You're actually losing money on that. So there's no premium there. One of the reasons I hate freaking monthlies. The premiums just suck. They do. I mean, look at the numbers. Okay, if you can see the chart, look at the numbers. They look great. SYY is not a monthly. Yes, I know, but I'm just showing you. Is not a month. Well, SYY has monthly options. Okay, but SYY is a no. Do I trade Forex? No, I don't trade Forex. SYY is a no. WBA. Didn't we already look at WBA? WBA. Walgreens. I actually have Walgreens. Oh, monthly options. Do you got it, Red? Okay, WBA was last month. We're going to look at it anyway because you know why? Because I have WBA right there. WBA, here we go. All right, WBA a year ago, 33.24. GLP. Hey, Mimi, back again. Is this the dividend Playboy Mansion? You look like Hugh Hefner. Actually, Hugh Hefner has a smoking jacket. I don't smoke. The GLP. Okay, GLP is on the list. We'll take a look at it. Double bottom D or WBA. Well, let's take a look at it. Okay, a year ago today, Walgreens was at 33.35. The high was in the middle of April. Okay, 36.62. The bottom was like a triple bottom, 19.70. That was the end of November. Now from the end of November, a nice double top, the end of December and the beginning of January, right around 2701. CAVA, go long, CAVA. We'll take a look at it. CAVA. I'm assuming that's a no, but I'll take a look at it. Have you done O? O is a no because O has monthly options, not weeklies. Okay, so from the first of the year to the bottom, okay, the bottom was Tuesday. Okay, let's look at the last 30 days. 30 days ago today, 22.52. The high for the 30-day period, 22.96. JEP, no. All right, winner 86, thanks for that. JEPI is a no because everybody asked that. It's a no. BYD, ooh, we'll take a look at BYD. 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 CAVA doesn't have dividends. Thanks. What do you think about O? O is a no. O does not have weekly options. Okay. Where was I? Oh, WBA. So WBA 29 days ago was at the 30-day top. From there, the 30-day bottom was Tuesday. We had 2 up days since then. They don't look like up days, but they kind of are. Okay, here's the bottom here. Okay, higher bottom, higher bottom, higher bottom. Okay, so you have 3 days to the upside. So let's take a look at the seasonality for Walgreens. Okay, Walgreens for the next week looks like it's going sideways, which perfectly okay with that. Now, I'm into Walgreens. My average price is $21.62, so I'm going to be looking at the 21.50s. Let's go back here. Now, I'm looking at the 21.50s, and they're paying 33 cents a share. I'm perfectly happy with that. Okay, clear, 33 cents a share, and I want to divide it by the purchase price, $21.25, 21.25, and that's going to be 1.5%. I got no problem whatsoever. Jen, BYD only pays 1 time a year. Disney's the exact same way. Disney DIS, they only pay once a year. So that's no to BYD. Thanks, Jen. One last thing I need to do. CVE dividends. I'm currently watching. All right, penny stacks, CVE. Let's take a look at that one. CVE. We'll put that on the list. WBA. Now, GLP. ALB. We already looked at that one today. GLP. Okay, Sam G. We already looked at ALB earlier today. Albemarle. I think it was on my list. Yeah, Albemarle is on my list for tomorrow. WBA. Nope. GLP. That's what I'm looking at. GLP. It's a monthly. No. Pepsi seems like to need buy soon. Okay. GLP is a no. CAV is no. I'm looking at CVE. CVE. Okay. CVE. The 14th. 10 cents. Well, let's take a look at it. CVE. 17, 18. Yeah, I'm going to say no to CVE. Okay, here's the reason why. Okay. The last traded price was $17.66. The bid, $17.23. The ask, $17.90. The closest strike price to $17.90 is $18. The 18 is going for 10 cents. Okay, that's not even 1%. So that's a no for me. Pepsi, PEP, PEP. 163, the 160. It's a definite no. Okay. Look at the premiums. 163.44, 162.5, go for 171, but you're losing 90 cents. Okay, not even worth it. Okay, CVX, 150s. All right, 150s don't look bad. CVX. It's not this month. It was last month for CVX. Sorry, Mama. Okay, the 15th of February. Okay, I actually bought Chevron this year. Okay, and I won't look at Chevron again until May. H-bond. HBAN. And not in February. Ooh, 15th. 15 cents. HEAN. Monthly. Red Dad. Monthlies. See? April, July, October, January. Okay, I only do weeklies because you can't get weekly income if they only offer a monthly option. Sorry. Ooh, my list is done. What else you guys got? We could call it a night if you want to call it a night early. It is Sunday. Get a head start on the week tomorrow. Yes, no? Let's open up some questions. You guys have any questions? Good ones? BCE. BCE. Nope. Monthly. Sorry, dude. Anything else? No. All right. Let's go over the whole scenario again for those that are new here. 139 people. All right. How much weekly income can you make? Well, Red Dad, 1%. Okay, you just take the decimal point, whatever you have. Okay, whatever you have in your account, you take that decimal point and move it over 2. That's how much you make. 100 grand, move it over 2. That's $1,000 a week. Okay, 500,000, move the decimal point over 2. That's $5,000 a week. Did you do BBY? No, we haven't done BBY yet. Okay, let's go over the rules again. Somebody wanted to see that. Do you mind? Do you go live every day? Yes, I do, every day. For at least the first quarter. Selling BTC cash out. All right, good for you. $300 stock with weekly option. Oh, thanks, Al. ALB. We already did ALB. Able Mall. And it is right there. See that? It is circled, which means it's on my list for tomorrow. So I am buying ALB tomorrow. ALB. JWN, KSS, and ALB. That's my list for tomorrow. As of this moment. ALB already did that one. Okay, so we're going to go over the rules again. Ready? HPE. HPE. Monthly. Sorry, penny stacks. Monthly. Did you do Para? Yes, we did Para already. Para was a big fat yes. Woohoo! We like Para. The numbers were great. Okay, but be leery of where you get in and what you sell for. Don't be greedy. Go for the 1%. Don't go for the 3 or 4%. Okay? Don't get caught with your pants down. NOV. NOV. That's a monthly, isn't it? Yes, it is. NOV. Oh, I hate that. Okay. So let's go over is Thinkorswim free? Well, you can practice on Thinkorswim for free for a certain amount of time. PSEC. We looked at PSEC last night. It was a no last night. Okay, let's go over the rules again. Okay, for those that are new here and don't quite understand and don't quite know the rules. All right. Now, this trading strategy, ALB was a yes, NOV was a no. Got that, Sam J? ALB yes, NOV no. Now, I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. What time did I live? 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, so let's go over the rules. You ready? My daughter was 9 years old back in 08. All right, 08, she was 9 years old. Here were the rules. Number 1, never buy something you do not want to hold long period. Okay, long time. Whether long time is 6 months for you, 9 months for you, 9 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Never buy something you do not want to hold for a long period of time. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. Okay? Now we get into the criteria for the stocks. Okay, the criteria for the stocks. They had to have increased dividends for a minimum of 20 years. If you're asking who those are, there are the dividend kings. 55 companies that have increased their dividend payments to their shareholders for 5 decades or more. That's 55 years or more. Okay, there's a couple of companies that have increased for 70 years consecutively. Can you imagine? Every year, higher and higher and higher dividends. That's criteria. Okay, dividend aristocrats, 25 years or more of dividend increases. I believe there's 67 of them. Okay, dividend champions, 25 years of increased dividends, a little bit less stringent than the aristocrats. And I believe there's 150 of those or 170 of those. So between those 3 lists right there, you will get over 150 stocks to look at. Now, if you take a look at all those stocks and you cross-reference them with weekly options, it'll bring it down to about 150. Now, I also look at Warren Buffett's list, only because I respect the man and he has pretty good taste when it comes to stocks. Okay? Also, another list I have is I took the top 20 ETFs, electronically traded funds. Everybody's saying, oh, SHAW, whatever it is. Whole bunch of ETFs. Okay, don't buy stocks, buy ETFs. Yeah, whatever. I took a look at all the top 20 ETFs and I extracted all the stocks that they have. You can actually go to the stock market. I think it was Yahoo Finance. And find, oh, let's do that right now, just for the fun of it. Here we go. Yahoo Finance, right there. Now, let's go here. Okay, SCHD, right? Charles Schwab, here we go. Now, this is an ETF. Okay, ETF. What holdings? Holdings, right there. Okay, this is Yahoo Finance. I'm going to the holding section for SCHD. Okay, here we go, right here. Do you see the symbols? Back over this side. AVGO, ABBV, MRK, HD, TXN, VZ, CVX, AMGN, KO, and CSCO. All right, if you don't understand those, Broadcom, AbbVie, Merck, Home Depot, Texas Instruments, Verizon, Chevron, Amgen, Coca-Cola, Cisco. That's all for SCHD. That's an ETF, okay, an electronically traded fund. You can either buy the ETF or you can do them individually. I do them individually because I get a higher rate of return. Safe, secure, predictable, and consistent. 1% per week. Okay, if you do the ETF, what are you lucky to get? 15, 20% for the year? If you're lucky. Let's go. SCHD return rate. Okay, SCHD averaged 11% per year for the last 10 years. I averaged 50% per year for the last 15 years. You guys do what you want, but it works just for me. Merck, WBA, NOV, ALB. Yep, those are all on the list. Okay, the Dow Jones Industrial Average averaged 11.14% for the year. Large cap from the Morningstars, 8.3%. Okay, I don't do for annual returns. I do for weekly returns because I find the numbers just work better for me. They do. Okay, so it is what it is. You create your own list, what you think is good. Best place to start is the Dividend Kings. Lelio, yeah, we are selling covered calls. That's exactly what we're doing. We have good quality companies, and we're selling covered calls against them as the dividends come up. Hey, not a problem. It's 11:15. What else you guys want to talk about? Yeah, it is Sunday night. We could call it quits early. We're telling you follows it your line. BBY. All right, MAR. Right, we'll put down BBY, MAR. We'll take a look at those. PLL. I'm a bit foggy on monthly dividends by 10 days before the now weekly payments. Okay, Rooster, I'm a little bit lost what you're selling. Define selling covered call. All right, Seawood, give me a second. A covered call basically, all right, do you ever stop selling covered calls on stock you have and keep carrying them because it goes so low? Nope. How do you find upcoming dividend stocks? Oh, that's a good one. How do I find upcoming dividend stocks? There you go. Dividend calendar. It's called an EX dividend calendar. Okay, you can go to Google and Google EX dividend calendar, and a whole bunch of them will show up. You put what stocks you like into the calendar, and then you trade them that way. LUCXPLL doesn't pay dividends anymore. Okay, note PLL. Okay, looks up BBY. Whoops, let's go back here. The BBY. BBY has an EX date on the 20th. Not this week, but next week. Okay? BBY, 94 cents. BBY. I think I even own BBY, don't I? Nope. 79, 79. Okay, slide over. Just move it on over. All right. Along with basically buying shares. Okay. Are you explaining how selling covered calls? Yes, that's what we're doing. Okay, Rooster, so we buy 10 days before the X date, but there is a weekly option to get it. That is correct. We only do stocks that have weekly options and have increased our dividends consistently. Okay, you might want to think of joining the, what do you call it? Our live trading. Okay, every day. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we do live trading. Click on this icon right here. That will take you to Patreon. We do live trading. Can you oil up tonight? All right, yes. You're the hardest working man in finance, Lars. Thanks for that, I think. I don't know. Okay, so we do live trading. All right, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, from 9:15 to 10 o'clock, or whenever we run out of money, one or the other. Okay, on Fridays we jump in at 3:30, 3:15. Okay, 3:15. That way we can check out all our positions to see how the numbers look. Are we going to buy them back? Are we going to let them expire? Blah, blah, blah. All that kind of nice, neat, fun stuff. All right, so let's go back and look at, what are we looking at? BBY. Here we go. BBY. So you keep lowering your strike price to get 1%, and then if it gets called away, you don't lose big. Go Sox, not quite. Okay, it's always a mathematical equation. Okay, when I did Target last year, I bought it at 135 and it dropped all the way down to 102. Okay, I'd go 5 strikes out. And I wouldn't get 1%, I'd get like a 0.5%. But 0.5% is better than nothing. Which sites are good for trading? I use Thinkorswim only because Thinkorswim gives me everything I want. It gives me my charts that I want. It has a seasonality chart which nobody else that I know of has. And it also has what's called a trigger trade, which I use for a different trading strategy. And that was my #1 trading strategy I used for decades. It's a really cool strategy, but I don't teach that here. Okay, I'm a nice guy, but I'm not that nice. Plain simple. I'm sharing this strategy with you guys for free in the hopes that some of you would like to join us in our morning trading sessions. Because we're looking for a small group of people that want to get together and trade consistently. All right, BBY. 5 strikes, 5 wave flushes. I have no idea what that means. Okay, so you gain about 0.5% on TTT. Weren't you risking 12,000 that gapped up? Yep, lost that 12 grand. ROI 50% retracement, retract. Okay, Luke, I have no idea what you're talking about. I really like MO, so do I. But we'll take a look at it. For your morning trading session, do you go live on TikTok? No, I go live on a Zoom call. This way I interact with everyone. So you can actually ask me questions and I can actually answer. None of this typing crap. Okay? I don't think MO is up this week, is it? MO, Altria. We'll take a look at it. Right now we're looking at BBYs. Please, what did he say the site for trading was? Think or Swim. This is Think or Swim. Thoughts on ICT, SMC trading? Yeah, I have no idea what that one is. How do I get the Zoom link? Well, if you want the Zoom link, you gotta come here. Okay, the10minutetrader.com. Right there, center. Okay, the 10-minute traders. I know it's backwards. Here, let me do this for you. You ready? Okay, the10minutetrader.com. Okay, and you slide down. There it is right there. You click on the link right here. This is a video, another video. This gives you the strategy. This gives you the explanation for the no risk trading. Okay, just below that, all the links to all my social media. You got YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. Underneath that, all my trades for the week, for the year. Okay, week number 1, cash account, margin account. Week number 2, cash account, margin account. Week number 3, cash account, margin account, so on and so forth. Then the very last one right here actually gives you the stocks that I bought, what my profit and loss is on each one for the year. Okay, all the information is right there. But if you want to join the live trading, right there. All right, let's go back to what we're looking at. BBY. Right. Usually you do not care about earnings, but one can lose like 5 to 10%. All right, Sam G, you've been here long enough. You've seen, I got to change this. Look, it's the only one screen that's not the same. Okay, I like all the screens. I got five screens in front of me. I like them all to be the same because it just throws me off when they're not. All right, Sam G, I'm going to refer you back to rule number 1. Never buy something you do not want to hold for a long period of time. If you're counting your pennies, this is not going to work for you. Okay, I do not care about the earnings. I've seen positive earnings where the stocks go down. I've seen negative earnings where the stocks go up. Earnings have no real rhyme or reason to the stock movement. They really don't. If you check historically the earnings dates as opposed to the stocks, okay, there's just no correlation. However, if you take a look at the dividends in correlation to the stocks, they have a tendency to move up before the EX date. All right, so wouldn't it be better to stop selling calls until the stock climbs closer to the average price? All right, go stocks, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for capital appreciation. Hey, Mr. Kardashian, welcome. I'm not looking for capital appreciation. I don't care if I buy BBY at 78 and it goes to 85. I don't really care. Really, honestly, I don't. I want that 1%. Safe, secure, predictable, and consistent. Okay? I mean, when you were down big at Target. Yeah, well, you play the game, you're going to pay. Eventually. You dance to the music, eventually you're going to pay the fiddler. It's just no way around it. Okay? So, no matter what happens. And nobody ever is ready for a gap up. Especially a $16 gap up. Like Target did twice. It did it twice. I got caught once. Okay? And I saw it happen again. Okay? Certain stocks, it gapped up. Nobody saw it coming. Okay? Had I known it was coming, I wouldn't have done it. It's part of the game. You play the game, you dance to the music, you're going to pay the fiddler eventually. Nobody wins all the time unless your name is Pelosi. Okay? Which broker is best, please? I really can't answer that for you because we're all different. Now, I've used at least 12 different brokers in my career. 12. Out of all of those, I've been with this one for 15 years because I like it. Everything I want is right there. Marriott, Red Dead, you got to give me the ticker symbol, okay? Because Marriott is not a ticker symbol. We're still looking at Best Buy. Enough of the questions. Let's look at Best Buy, because Best Buy is on my list. A year ago, 79.01. Okay, we had top 85.51. That was the end of July. MAR is on the list. Yes, me and Aunt Nancy, we got big last week. Yeah, Bill, I see that. Intel, ooh, isn't that INTC? INTC. Okay, we'll take a look at that. Okay, that was the high, 85.41. Okay, our bottom for the year is 90 days ago. Okay, and that was 62.45. Nice run up to the end of the year at 78.76. Last 30 days. Oh, I can feel it coming. It just like creeps up slow. Ooh. All right, do it now. No to coins. Sorry, dude. 30 days ago, 75.50. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. 75.50, 30 days ago. Our bottom was 72.37, and that was the 20th. Okay. From there, our high. Look at the run up from the 20th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 days. And look at the high. She goes from 72.46 to 86. Okay, so 72 to 86. That's 14 bucks on a $70 stock. That's a nice move. Okay, so you had 3 down days. 1, 2, 3. Now we're sitting here. 3 up days. 1, 2, 3. Okay, great. I like 3 up days after 3 down days after a big run like that. Okay, so what does seasonality look like for Best Buy? Okay, the next couple of weeks. Yeah, look at that. Down, up. How do you make rhyme or reason over that? I don't like it when it does this. No rhyme or reason, which means there's inconsistency with the data. Not inconsistency with the data, it just has strange movements. All right, guys, this is the last one I'm going to do. My throat's getting sore. And then Monday, we start a whole thing all over again. Okay, so let's just look at the numbers for BBY. And then we'll call it a night. Oh, yeah, I see it going to the upside. 1, 2, 3 to the upside. Okay, the last trade was 78.58. The bid 78.04. The ask 79.12. The 79s are going for $1. You take that 12 cents off there. You're looking at 88 cents. That's over 1%. Okay, so if you like Best Buy, okay, clear 88 cents. Divide that by 79. 1.11%. It works for me. Okay, but do you like Best Buy? I think I bought Best Buy. What am I looking at tomorrow? All right, JWN, KSS, and WBA. Okay, that's in this account. Okay, all that being said, my throat's getting a little sore. I'm gonna go hang out with the wife, watch a movie or something. Thanks, Jen. I'll see you in the morning, Jen. Thanks again for sharing your knowledge and experience. Rooster, all the best. Do you ever find out why the strike price for Ford is so strange? Not 50. Yeah, well, that's because they had a special dividend come up. Do you remember that? 12 cents for the dividend and 18 cents for special dividend all in the same week. All right, I'll see you a bunch of guys. Now, a bunch of guys are going to see you guys in the morning, so that would be great. It would be kind of nice if you all have your stuff put together so we could just jump right in and look at the trades because we have, believe it or not, we've actually doubled our attendance. Okay, very first month we had a certain amount. Now we have twice as much. Who knows what's going to happen next month? I have to call it quits at some point. All right, Sam G, I'm calling it for the night. My throat's starting to get a little bit sore, and I have to do a show in the morning. Lars, well done. Welcome, welcome, thanks. All right, off for you guys. Off for you guys. Bye to YouTube. And now, have a good night, you too. You too. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Yes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. All right, gotta shut this down. Stop streaming. Penny stocks. Like, subscribe, and share. Yep. All right. Have a nice day. Done. I'm finished with that. All right. You guys have a great night. Oh, 11,000 again. 95. All right. Stop streaming.